I think we're already here in class.
Okay. My name is Alyssa. I'm a first year student. My major is bio.
Okay, I'm gonna go next. My name is Miffordin's Registry. I'm technically a sophomore, which is weird. I don't know how that worked, but I'm a first year. I just started, and my major is public health. I want to become a doctor.
Hi everyone, my name is Sandra. I'm also a first year, but my credits say I'm a junior. I'm a communications disorders major, and I'm also on the pre-med track.
I don't know who's gonna go first. Oh, you can go first, Sandra.
Okay. I think for me, it was mostly just getting, like starting off like little by little, and for me, that was my test scores because I felt like that was like the main thing I just needed to get out of the way. So it was definitely getting my SAT score, especially for like bright futures, getting that done. And then once I got the score that I needed, I immediately started looking at, okay, what are the schools I needed to apply for? And then I just kind of made a list and went on from there. Just based on what the application needed, that's what I kind of just did.
Next, I'll go. Oh, can y'all hear me? Okay. I don't know if it went. Anyways, yeah, I'll go next. So basically, how did I prepare for college? I did it. I didn't prepare for college. I just, basically what we're more focused on is getting accepted. So, the preparing part, I guess, I don't know. Star did a really good job. I'll give them that. They did a really good job getting us prepared because a lot of things we didn't see it really coming, but we had so many Q&As and like panel sessions like this that we didn't really have to think too much, and like the answers just kept coming to us. You know what I'm saying? So like we
Okay, so I can agree kind of with both. Can you guys hear me? Okay, just making sure. Okay, so I can agree with both Sandra and Myth. So with Myth, like it was hard, like there's not much that's gonna prepare you like for the reality of college, but Stride, and then I was also in the Immokalee Foundation. So Stride and the Immokalee Foundation really helped me like to know what to expect when you got into college. So just listen, like pay attention to like panels like this because like hearing from people that are actually there is what's going to help you the most. And then also with what Sandra said, the test scores was the biggest thing for me. Like once I got my test scores, then everything else was easy. Like the college essays are like, but once you get them down and you have people like to proofread them for you, then it's pretty simple.
All right. No one is raising their hand saying they have a question. All right.
So for me, I had an Excel like spreadsheet thingy that had like the deadlines and like everything I needed for each application and for scholarships as well. So I would have a separate one for like scholarships and then a separate one for um, my college applications. And it just told me like when the deadline was, what I needed, when I needed this by, whatever, whatever. So I think making a spreadsheet is the best route.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Alyssa on that. I also did an Excel sheet for both scholarships and my applications. I don't know if you guys do planners yet, but I put some dates on my planners too. So yeah.
So with them, I was the complete opposite. I heard dates were coming up. I had no idea. For me, I just had because for me, I guess I don't know. I just so happened to have the test scores and I was smart enough, blessed. But like for me, I guess staying on top of the information that you're given, because Stride and other programs, they really do help you out like a lot. Like even if sometimes we don't appreciate it in the moment, they really do help you out a lot. And like having the due dates given to you, pay attention to those. So like hold on to them, the papers and stuff like that. So that's how I got all my stuff in. And for like my scholarships, yeah, that's it.
I only visited because of Stride. Probably because I felt like FSU was like, not to sound cliche, but it was like home in a way because like there were the Indians in FSU were Seminoles, like that's what I was used to. Yeah.
And for me, I didn't visit nothing. And, I was just staying at home. I knew from middle school, I knew I was going to FSU because I was in Stride. It was simple as that. That was a simple correlation that I made, and I was like, "Well, I'm going to FSU." So it happened like that, and that's what happened.
I think yeah, I think I can speak for me and Alyssa when our first visit to FSU was like the children's week, right? When we went with Charles. Yeah, I think that what do you call that? Not the little tiny getaway that we did do, that trip, the small trip. I think it really played a big factor, at least for me, just because when I actually got to see the campus and just see Tallahassee in general, it is kind of cheesy, but like I really did fall in love with the place, and it was feeling I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna apply here. This is the number one spot for me.
I can. I'm not really sure, like because we're not on campus, so it's not like crazy. Like we don't experience like the full thing. But there is a lot of us from Immokalee who are at FSU right now. So for me, I hang out with a lot of those people. So it's not really that much of a difference. I haven't made that many friends from FSU, but maybe Myth can help you with that one.
Listen, people, listen. Okay, so basically I didn't bring my car to FSU. Because I didn't bring my car to FSU, I walked everywhere. I've seen Tallahassee like no other person. I've been so many places, bro. The first year I went, so the first semester, I used to walk for 1 hour like every single day, bro, because I didn't care. I was just like, you know what? Shoot, I'm here. Let me walk. So I've been everywhere. I've been on campus too many times. I've been everywhere, and I have a bunch of like FSU people. But what really made the transition, I guess, better is that I don't know how they got in, but there is a lot of people from Immokalee at FSU right now. So, you know, I just hang out with my, you know, my hometown folk, you know, my hometown people, and we connect because everyone in Immokalee knows each other, right? So I guess that sense of home, even in an unfamiliar place, made it like much easier to I guess socialize, and like I didn't really have to worry about friends or nothing like that. So basically, I didn't really have to worry about friends and nothing like that. And I'm also part of an organization um that I'll talk about later, I guess. But yeah, so I haven't had too many.
I think for me, the transition at first it was kind of hard just because I'm very family oriented. So like back home, I really, really missed it. Probably like I don't know. I think for me when homesick really hit home, what like probably like 2 weeks in, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I can do this. Especially because of the different environment that we were in. So I was living on campus, and it wasn't the college experience that you kind of expected. So FSU during the fall was kind of like a ghost town. There was literally no one outside. There was like no campus events or anything. So it was really different. But like Alyssa and Miss said, our Immokalee group, we genuinely did hang out with each other and we spent time together. So I think that kind of brought out somewhat of like, okay, yeah, we're kind of alone, but we're not really alone because we got each other type vibe.
All right, we have one. So once they ask a question, give me about 3 seconds before you answer because of the technology things we're dealing with here. So who is it, Stephanie?
I can talk?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a two-parter. I was gonna ask because my friend was talking about not bringing a car to school the first semester, the first semester. Would you advise not to bring a car to school, or would you bring it since you're gonna be like kind of walking all around campus? And also the second part of the question is since some of y'all said that you entered your first year like a junior and a sophomore, and I don't know if like any of y'all were farther along or whatever, but how I'm gonna assume that you guys went to FSW and did early admin or dual enrollment. How did you guys deal with that? Like, how did you deal with the classes and that were high school and extracurricular activities? Exactly.
I'll go first then. For the bringing a car thing, Stephanie, I think basically bringing a car, it's good, but I wouldn't do that the first semester. Why? Because I guess it gives you a little too much, I don't know, convenience, I guess I would call it. Because if you're gonna go somewhere and you have a car, you can stay in the car and then you exit where you're gonna go and you go right into the building. But if you have to walk, I guess you have to experience more, I don't know, the environment, and you get like a more of a feel. That's how I feel about it. And basically, I think having a car the second semester would be much better though, because I guess you can go home. I guess if you don't care about mileage or anything like that, but you can go home whenever you want, and like it's more convenient. But I think experiencing it the first time is probably the best way to go.
I can speak on the other side of that because I have a car. I brought my car in August. I mean, not August. I was not on campus in fall semester, so I brought it in January. And Miff said, like, it's a convenience, like, because you get to go home. I went home probably like 4 times in one semester, so he's right about that. But I think having the car is like, it's fun. Like, you can go places. Like, if my friends have to go grocery shopping, I'll take them grocery shopping because they don't have a car. But you don't really need a car technically because I live off campus, but even the off campus housing is like, depending on where you live, even the off campus housing is close to campus. So you don't really need a car to navigate through campus. And it is so hard to drive your car through campus. There's pedestrian crosswalks everywhere. There's like one way. It's so confusing. So I honestly do not suggest taking a car unless you have a friend that has a car that can take you like grocery shopping or something.
Yeah, I think it honestly depends on like your living situation. Like if you are really going to live off campus, like definitely get a car because I don't know how you're gonna get here. And I haven't even figured out the bus stuff, so I would say car would be your best bet if you're living off campus. But living on campus is a different thing just because it's it's very connected. So I don't think you really need a vehicle to get to places if you're living on campus. Um, Kind of like yeah, what Miss said with like if you don't have a car, it's you really get to explore more, just really just enjoy Tallahassee in general. But if you're not a walker, I get it. So yeah, they honestly main thing is it depends on your living situation.
We do have to answer the early admin thing. So basically, I went in with dual credits. And let me tell you, make sure you get your college GPA right, because I had too many B's coming in, and I'm so down bad. I'm down bad. I have like a 3.3. I'm like, for what? For what? Basically, make sure you pay attention to them them high school college classes, because it's easy, but them B's are gonna bite you in the butt later. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Also, to speak on the dual enrollment and early admit, I did both. I did dual enrollment junior year, and then I did early admit senior year. But yeah, like Miff said, just make sure that you are actually doing the work in those classes because those classes are way easier than what FSU is going to give you. So for in high school, I had a 4.0 GPA. I got to college and let's just say I did not do the best, but because of my credits from FSW, my GPA is still 3.7. So you just make sure you're focusing on those classes like the most and make sure you actually look, if you do want to go to FSU, look into what classes FSU accepts for your major because some classes you'll take at FSW and they will not count towards anything at FSU. So it's just like, why did I take it? But there's some classes like AMH. I took psychology. Psychology counts. Like there's a bunch of classes that do count. But yeah, just make sure you're looking into if those classes actually do count at FSU.
I think going off with like what they said, dual enrollment and early admin, it really doesn't matter what you do. I think it's a great thing to get into at this rate, and it really just saves you time and then a lot of money. Trust me, university costs are just insane. So I think it's a smart idea to think about it. Like Alyssa said, if you're going to start these courses, you really want to make sure that you're going into them and actually getting those good grades because it all depends on your first semester experience and whether or not you get through those classes. So you want to make sure your GPA is strong, nevertheless. I would say kind of like a con, I guess, of dual enrollment and early admin is just that when you get into your college of preference, you already have to have somewhat of an idea of what you want to do because you really just, I don't know, you just like, once you get all those classes done, you kind of don't have a lot of leeway for like figuring out what you want to do just because I don't, in my personal experience, it's like, why do I want to stay in college for like 4 years when I can just get it down in 2 because I have a bunch of credits with me. So I would say that's the only con, just to make sure like if you're really gonna do early admin and do enrollment, that you have someone with an idea of like what to major in, what's their career, and moving forward. Yeah.
Oh, could y'all not hear the question? Oh, okay. All right. So someone in the class wants to know what did they prefer, either the dual enrollment classes or the early admin classes?
They're basically the same thing. It's just dual enrollment you do while you're still in high school. Early admin you're not taking any high school classes at all. Personally, I prefer, honestly, I don't know. I like early admin, you get a lot of time to do random, like you don't have anything to do. So I don't know. When I was in high school, I was really like active in high school. So when I did early admin senior year, I'm not even gonna lie, I would sleep probably all day until I had to do my classwork because I didn't have any classes. So I would sleep all day. So I don't suggest doing that. I would say I like dual enrollment better because I like a busy schedule. So
For me, I could say dual enrollment means you have a life. Early admin, you don't, because basically, early admin, you're transitioning real quickly to the college lifestyle. Sleeping all day until you have to. You have to get up. You get what I'm saying? So basically, I think enjoying I don't want to say convenience again. The luxuries of being, with all your peers and all that stuff, even if you're doing other courses, I guess enjoying their company while you still have it. Because I didn't know while I'm still in spring break, I'm not going to be able to go back to high school. I wish I got it back, but it is what it is. So I think doing dual enrollment would be cool. And plus, you have more time. With early admin, you end up with 2 years and then you're already a junior and then they want you to go into your major immediately. So, hey, I don't know. Pick and choose.
Yeah, I think it depends on like how serious you are in terms of just getting those gen ed courses down. If that's the case, then I would go with early admin because you get a lot more of a schedule to fill in those courses. But I think the dual enrollment is like, it's good if you just still want to maintain that high school and a little mix of like the college life experience.
Sorry, they're asking questions that we don't need them to answer. They're asking school related questions. But yeah, I don't think we have any questions for them right now, so you can go back to your questions.
For me, because we're not really transitioned on campus yet, I haven't joined many things, but I am in care and obviously Stride, Stride Connect. Hopefully, use Stride soon. But yeah, so I think both of those, care and Stride Connect, they also help you a lot when you're in college, because like I said, I was in Immokalee Foundation, so Immokalee Foundation like used to do everything for me, but now that I'm in college, it's like it's transferred to Stride Connect. That's literally like the people that I go to for everything, and also care is really nice to me too.
So for me, I'm part of a good amount of organizations. I'm in Black Men in Medicine. I'm on the e-board now, so that's pretty cool. I'm in. I had Star Connect. Star Connect really helps because they literally forced you, to meet people at FSU, and I'm just playing. But we're about to be in U-Start, so that's pretty cool. So I'm in Black Men in Medicine. It's a relatively new organization, and since I'm part of the e-board, I have a really big like say in where that's going. So we're trying to go global and all that stuff. So then basically, I'm in Star Connect, I'm in Black Men in Medicine, and I'm in well, I'm trying to get into maps. They're playing hard to get, and the only other part would be Southern Scholarship Foundation, free housing.
Kind of what Alyssa said, because of the virtual environment that these organizations have done for the last 2 semesters, it kind of has made me not really want to look into them yet. So I'm waiting till like this semester to actually get into that like in-person interaction. But I'm also in FSU Care and Stride Connect, and soon to be use Stride, hopefully.
I can so Myth mentioned SSF, which is free housing. It's a scholarship for housing. I was in SSF this spring, but it was not my cup of tea. So next semester I'm moving to an apartment with somebody from Immokalee. But at SSF, like I would honestly recommend SSF to anybody who is comfortable in that like kind of area, because you're living with like I lived with 17 other people, other girls. So it was not for me, because there was sometimes where I was like, oh my gosh, I want like sometimes I just get into like cleaning moods and I could not clean anything because we had like chores, work jobs and stuff. And then I also used to always go home. Like I said, I went home 4 times in 4 months. So it was really hard because I had like assigned days where I had to do a work job, but I had to find somebody to do my work job because I wanted to go home. So I left that, but they made me dinner every night. So that was good. I didn't have to worry about that. So switching to an apartment is going to be a big change, but I think I'll be fine.
True. When I tell you that money set aside in the budget to get food every week, that was so clutch. Y'all don't even realize. So basically, I was in free housing, and with that, I didn't really have to pay for on-campus housing. And Sandra can tell you about them prices. You know how they pay for that. So basically, I have in SSF, that was pretty cool. And since we're right off campus, like literally right off campus, like just walk, you're in campus. I didn't really have to worry about that. And I suggest, making sure y'all get housing really close to campus, because being far away from campus is not the move. Sometimes you're late and you don't want to be late in traffic. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, so just so y'all know.
And also, if you do take a car and you live very far off campus, good luck parking.
Yeah, so I was in Azalea Hall on campus for fall and spring. I would say the experience was, well, let's just say I'm not coming back for a reason. because they should, when they say you either get good roommates or you get bad roommates. Sadly, I got bad roommates, so it kind of was just not it for me. Uh, but I would say if you guys are looking for on campus, really make sure that you look into the halls itself, because I know some halls are a bit less pricey in terms of either new or old. But even, I'm just saying, old is really not old, guys. It's like I would rather go with old, not with the information that I know now. For me, feeding was based off a dining hall that I got, and make the wise decision and really think about what your eating habits are, because in the fall semester, I had chosen a plan that it was like 200 swipes, and I only used 63 of those. And so it was really bad, especially because of the amount of money I spent on that. So really just keep in consideration how you eat. I would really say just go with the lowest, which is like 100. In terms of laundry, in my hall, laundry was on the first floor, and it's. I mean, I don't know if you guys know how to do your own laundry, but it's pretty like self-explanatory. But I would lead away from doing weekend laundry, because it gets really, really packed. Especially it's Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. Don't go. There's literally not going to be anything open. So I would choose somewhere in the middle. Also have a timer of like when your laundry is done, because those people are ruthless. They will just throw your laundry out. Don't matter who you are, they will throw it out, everything out. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't like people touching my stuff. So obviously keep a timer, make sure you are aware of where you put your laundry, because sometimes people also steal laundry. It's insane. That's why I'm not coming back. But I would say just be responsible if you're living in a Zaydia hall, especially because of the roommates. Really just keep your space clean, I'd say, because I don't know, depending on who you room with, it all depends on how you guys live. But I say the main thing is just really just be respectful of each other's spaces. But this upcoming term, I will be living off campus. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Child, the stories I could tell about, you know what I'm saying, my experiences, basically, shoot, real quick. But so basically, so the first time in the second week, I walked to Walmart. Now, I told them I walked to Walmart, and they're like, "Are you crazy?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What's so wrong?" They're like, "So you walked to Walmart, the one all the way over there?" I'm like, "Bro, it was only like 1 hour 10." They're like, "No, no, 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 bro. If you need a ride, just ask us." I'm like, "I don't know. I didn't know y'all people, so I just walked." So first off, if you're gonna live with someone, you know, try and get to know them. You dig what I'm saying? Roommates are very important. Like people don't even understand like how much roommates are important. I live with 15 people, and I guess my work job was doing laundry, so I never really had to work on. I did the laundry for the whole house. That was easy. I didn't really have to do no one. That was all easy. But basically, make sure your roommate and you get along. And if you're gonna have a roommate, they actually have to be a roommate. They can't just be gone every single day, and you're like, you know, I have a room. You do what I'm saying? A room, like having contact with people is very important, especially in quarantine. So that was my spiel for the roommate situation. It was
I was
random.
able to choose. Oh wait, for like on campus living, you can choose. I think it's only up to one person, if I remember. But yeah. I think RAs are also like a hit or miss. For the fall semester, my RA was non-existent. The one time I went to her was like, so basically two massive roaches went into our room, and and it was probably like, I don't know, hitting midnight. And, you know, me, I don't mess with roaches, y'all. No bugs for me. So the person that I am, I knocked on the RA and she just opened the door and she basically told me, I don't do roaches either. I'm sorry. And she closed the door. So, it's really a hit or miss. Spring semester, because they changed RAs, she was a lot more involved, but, yeah, she was a lot more involved and she genuinely did a better job, I would say, compared to the fall semester RA. But in terms of the roommate issues, it was kind of like, it's very awkward because you obviously have to be respectful and you can't just like, if you have something to say, you obviously have to make sure you say it in a way that's not disrespectful or like you're coming for them. So I think in my case, I think the best way to solve all the issues that did happen was just communication, but even then only so much communicating could work. So yeah, just keep it be mindful of just being respectful, because I'd really say if you know how to communicate with people and just saying, okay, expressing what you feel, I think that's the best way you can get through these issues. But you know, sadly for my case, that was not enough. So
And to be fair to Sandra, I was an RA, and if one of my residents hadn't woken me up to tell me that there was roach problems in Florida, I would have shut the door in their face too. Just to be fair. Anyone have any questions? No, it doesn't look like we have any questions in class. What? Oh, Camille? No, they haven't. Camille wants to know about class sizes. What kind of?
Class sizes is like, it depends on what class it is. Like I did bio this semester, and it was about 300 kids in there. But then I've also taken, like, I take Spanish classes, and Spanish classes, there's probably like 20 kids. ENC 2135, I had like 30 classmates. So it's like, it depends, honestly, on how, like, if it's a prereq or not.
For me, my classes are real small. I was doing labs, so that's probably how it has to do with it. But my classes were like 10 people, you know. But it's more like I had teachers that didn't care. We had online too, so they really like that online component too. So you know, they didn't have to do that much. But from the Zooms, if you go into like participation, you can see in the Zooms there's like 200 people in there. So if you get a chance to ask a question, ask that question. do it. You might lose that.
yeah, kind of what Alyssa said. If it's a course that's like a prerequisite or like a gen ed, the the class size will be bigger. Like I took chemistry this semester, and the class was like 200 people, and that was just one section of like what the professor's schedule was like. But when you look into more of like your actual major work, you're gonna see a bit of smaller sizes. But even then, it's like 90 people would be like the smallest. So it really just depends on the course that you're taking.
It was like, I'm not really, I don't know, we're the best people to ask this because we literally just sit on Zoom and we only see like maybe like 9 faces, if that. So it's not like, I don't know, you don't really recognize those people. But I will say that how Myth said, like, asking a question, a lot of times they will not, like in my bio class, she did not let us unmute. She didn't, like, we could send her messages privately, but like, what's the point of asking a question if like nobody's listening. Like, if we're being honest, nobody was listening to those Zooms. So she would like read the questions out and be like, somebody asked, blah, 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 blah. But we weren't like, I feel like it would be better to hear it from the students, but sometimes they didn't give you that opportunity because there was so many people, and sometimes people forget to mute themselves. So it can get like a little crazy. But yeah, so ask us after next semester.
The amount of dogs I heard in the background is unhealthy. I don't understand. People can't mute themselves for some reason, and it makes no sense to me. But basically, I was always that one kid with the camera on just to see a face, you know, because I was considerate. But I liked asking questions, you know, and making sure everyone heard me, because I think I asked pretty good questions sometimes. So I think what Lissa said was really good, like having the student ask the question, because in the class that I had, if I knew someone, I guess if I see they ask questions multiple times, I'm like, oh, that person's pretty cool, or like, oh, I know that person. So then if it comes time to like get a group or for like a project or something, and like, or maybe you need proofreading, I can pick someone like I know technically from like the Zoom, so it's much easier that way. So yeah.
I think for me, I kind of had like a different experience just because my chemistry class, because it was such a big class, the professor did a good job in like structuring it. So she would like do her lectures, and while that's going on, anyone who had a question, they would just put it in the chat, and she had her teaching assistant answer those questions for us, and that really just kept the flow of it all. So just like everyone who did have questions, they got it answered. And you would also use like on Zoom, you have like the option to like raise your hand and to utilize that. So I think for me, getting I guess communicating with the professor in such a large class was it was structured, so I didn't experience that much of a downside to that.
Yeah. Brianna wants to ask a question, but I can't hear her across the room. All right, she's going to ask it. Hold on.
Okay. Okay, so I just wanted to ask you guys, like, how did you guys deal with the workload? And, like, if you guys ever lost motivation, what did you do to, like, gain that back and, like, get on the flow? And also, hi, Sandra.
To deal with the workload, it was, I don't know, because we all did dual enrollment and early admit in high school, so we were kind of like, in a way, like we knew it was coming, we saw it coming. Like I said earlier, FSW is nothing like FSU. Like FSU takes so much more work, the classes here, but you just have to like set aside time. For me, in the fall semester, I didn't do as well because I had a job. I was working like 40 hours a week, and I do not recommend that to anybody because I took chemistry fall semester, and you need to dedicate a lot of time to chemistry, and I could not do that because I had a job. And that's not to say don't get a job. You should definitely get a job, but not one that takes so much of your time. But yeah, dealing with the workload, it's just basically setting aside time to do the work. I would strongly, I know everybody says it, but I would strongly recommend a planner. I'm very organized myself, and if you're not organized, I think you should start to get organized because that's what's really going to keep you on track. You have to set aside times like where you can do that work, but then you also have to have like free time because you don't want to just spend all of college doing work. I forgot what the other part of her question was. I'm not really sure.
Motivation.
Oh yeah. Okay. So for me, yeah, fall semester, like I said, I wasn't in the best space. So it was kind of hard. Like once you lose motivation and you fall off of what you're like doing, it's really, really, really hard to get back on track. So you have to like catch it once it happens. Like you have to be quick with it. And for me, the best thing that like motivated me was moving to Tallahassee because fall semester I stayed home. So moving to Tallahassee is what really helped me. So I'm not sure about the people who were there all year, but that's what helped me.
So for me, the first semester biology was trying to end my career, you dig what I'm saying? And chemistry's trying to do it too. I'm telling you, it's bad. But basically, the two things I could advise y'all for with the course workload and all that. Basically, Alyssa was right on the dot with that one. We already saw the coursework, like the course load coming, and it wasn't that bad. But basically, be on that. If you have a problem, just send an email to the teacher, bro. Don't put it off. Just do it. Do as fast as you can. Send that email. Just try and get it out. And it's kind of hard to find them unless you look in the syllabus. So make sure you have them like written down, maybe if you can. But I'm not organized whatsoever. So just try and find it as much as you can. So and the second part for me is Ace Studios. So Ace the tutoring, it's not a matter of pride. Just do it. I'm telling you, the facilities are so nice. Just try and get over there. It's by the Chick-fil-A. If you get on campus, it's by the Chick-fil-A. You know, just get over there. They really do help you out. And being in the workspace of learning and like work is best way to fight like demotivation, because being at home is not going to help you whatsoever. You're going to feel like you're at home and work does not matter. So just try and get into a place where you have to learn, I guess, just like what a traditional classroom was for us back then.
All right, Sandra, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to let you answer because the bell's going to ring in 1 minute. But I do want to
It's
thank the
okay.
three of you for coming and talk to us today. Miss Melanie, do you want to finish us up?
Thank you guys. Bye, Rayburn.
Bye, it's good seeing y'all.
Bye.
You too.
Rayburn.
Bye, Melanie. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.